And both teams going through their pregame rituals, getting loose well before we're underway. It's the Pacers in Indianapolis as we bring you an Eastern Conference contest. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. For myself, Kevin Harlan, and my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Welcome, everyone. Our starting lineup to look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. And one of the players we'll be seeing in this will be Carmelo Anthony.
Well, there's a reason he's one of the top scorers in the league. Melo is so versatile offensively. He gets in that triple threat position, and then it's a kind of a pick-your-poison dilemma for the defender.
Well, he's got a honey-sweet stroke as a jump shooter. He's equally dangerous putting it on the ground or attacking the teeth of the D or going over top of a good defender. We've seen it all the way back at Syracuse. This guy has gotten better with time, and he's one of the elite scorers we've seen in the league in a while. You know, after losing Jeremy Lin going into last season, guys, I think some fans were concerned that the team might slip back to isolation basketball and their offense would stagnate, but instead they flourished as a three-point shooting team.
Now, here's Felton. He feeds it to Bargnani. Out of bounds, Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. Bargnani sets the screen for Anthony. Chandler's shot, good. And back to the Knicks personnel moves. You got to give them a lot of credit going out and finding shooters, and defenders, and speed playmakers to surround their star players.
Yeah, they ended up with Bargnani putting him in the shooting score spot, adding another three-point threat. The Knicks are always going to be aggressive personnel-wise. This was already a good team, second best record in the East, but they're looking to get better.
And here is Felton after Paul George getting his three to go. Anthony on the wing. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Anthony's got his first bucket in this one. And so it's Indiana with it. And Doris Burke spoke with Mike Woodson. Doris?
We talked about David West and what makes him such a tough player to defend. Coach said, West is special because he's so skilled for a player of his size and strength. He can score inside and also spread the floor with his shooting. He can have a quiet night and still drop 20 and 10. So we've got to stay conscious of him at all times. Guys, we'll see how they do against him.
And thanks for that story, Doris. It's stolen by Hill, and it's Granger penetrating, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Here's Felton, following the score by Indiana. The dish to Carmelo. Nailed from three-point land. Anthony's got 5 points so far.
It's going to be tough for the defense today. If he's got his A-game rolling here tonight, we'll see.
One of the bright young head coaching stars in the league, Frank Vogel, took over the Pacers on an interim basis 3 seasons ago and immediately paid dividends. They had a strong finish to that season and his first season in a competitive first-round series against Chicago, and that success has continued to build and grow, and Frank Vogel deserves a lot of the credit.
Now here's West after the miss from Raymond Felton. The three from Hill. It's rebounded by Bargnani.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide-open look.
Shumpert passes to Bargnani. And George with the block. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Granger outside, down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it go, and there's George. That's good on the assist by Granger. George has got 5 now. New York trailing. Outside, Felton. And there's the pass to Chandler. Felton goes in. Here's Shumpert. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Granger from outside. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Oh, what a
And now the second quarter just getting set to start.
What's interesting for me to watch with Mike Woodson as head coach in New York is the exciting floor spacing offense they started playing last season. In Atlanta, he's been known for a grinded out isolation play style, but has actually tweaked his approach a little bit, and that's been impressive.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. E.R. Smith and Mello filling out the perimeter. Stoudemire out there with world peace, and it's Udrih in at the point guard. It's tipped. It's stolen by Anthony. And here they go. Oh, and the dunk by Smith.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Here's Udrih. World peace left side. And there's the feed to Udrih. 5 on the clock, and that one's good. Udrih has got his first points of the game. And back to Mike Woodson, not a flashier, high-maintenance type of personality. He keeps it on the level, and I think, Steve, the players appreciate that.
The players definitely like that. He's very quiet on the sidelines, but not afraid to get in your face when necessary. And I think that's a really good compliment for a coach to have. In general, I think he's a guy who is very well respected around the league and did an excellent job with New York a season ago.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Anthony drives in. Passes it to Udrih. He kicks to world peace. Beyond the arc. That's good. And it's Udrih with the assist that time. World peace has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. Back to fundamentals. That's what he told them. Specifically, he'd like to see them implement the pick and roll as often as possible. The other thing he discussed with them was that they should be forceful with the ball. He said if they see a gap in the defense, they should go straight to the bucket. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. Stolen by Stevenson.
It's good to swing the ball, but you got to be careful going cross court.
Outside, George. 51 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. It's off his foot, and the official saying it was kicked. 46 seconds left to play in the first half. Feeds it to Stevenson. Back to George. Wide open look. And again, it's Indiana converting.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
Knicks trailed by 4. Felton with the ball. Soft touch off the glass.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
17 seconds left in the first half of the game. Felton against Hill. On the wing, George. Launches a 3, and it's Hill. That's on the assist by George. George! Hill! Here's Felton. Shot is off. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Pacers out in front. They're up by 5. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. Here with Frank Vogel. And, Coach, you've got to be pleased with that first half. The ball was moving. Your guys were sharing. Things were going well for you. What about it pleased you?
Yeah, the game is simple when you make the extra pass, when you play the right way. We started out playing this way. We got to continue it for 4 quarters.
Thank you, Frank. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And now get ready for the halftime report. We're happy to be part of your Sunday. Out in Indiana, the Pacers are in front against New York. And give them credit defensively. They're boxing out, controlling their defensive backboards. Paul George really playing effortlessly. He's up to 9 points, and look at the work he's been putting on the floor in terms of field goal percentage. He is taking quality shot after quality shot. On the Knicks side of things, they're managing to hang around. A dramatic advantage in the paint. They're getting right in close and converting the kind of buckets they want. Carmelo Anthony laying his thing down. He's got 5 points, and he's had some good court vision, helping out in the assist department as well. And we'll be heading back to the court for the rest of our coverage as we go to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
We welcome you back to Indianapolis, Indiana, the Circle City, as we continue.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for George. He has 9 points and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
Well, anytime they've needed him, he's come through defensively. He's made a major impact on this game.
Pacers leading by 5. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Pacers. Down low, West and Hibbert. George and Granger on the perimeter. And it's Hill in at the 1.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Indiana's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game.
In his return to New York, I tell you, Raymond Felton looked to have his best season yet as a pro. He came in and made plays and filled the void left at the point guard spot for the Knicks.
Hibbert against Chandler. Outside for George. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And for Felton, I guess, just something in the water in New York. Stevie, he's played his best basketball in the big city.
Yeah, he had a good run there several years back before he was traded to Denver as part of that Carmelo Anthony trade. Now that he's back in New York, Felton's once again having a terrific impact on that team.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Now here is Hill. Outside, George. Shumpert with the steal. And, oh, here we go. Felton's got it. The fast break chance. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Guys, Roy Hibbert, a big key for the Pacers defense. Coach Vogel said, quote, he's the best in the league at earning no calls at the rim. That's where he's thrown the most over the last 4 years. Put the back of your hands on the front of the rim. If you're in the charge circle and not on the ground, you can earn a no call. Kevin, it's all about staying vertical. You don't always have to block a shot to make guys miss.
Credit him for continuing to work. The Pacers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Well, this is a club that shot 75% as a team from the free throw line last season.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Meta World Peace, he's checked in for Chandler. Smith comes in for Shumpert. And it's Udrich in for Raymond Felton. Here's Udrich. Pass to World Peace. Out to Smith for the tie. Just 4 to shoot. And he gets it to go. Smith's got 5 points so far.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Watson dishes to Granger. Kicks to Watson. Indiana moving the ball around. Granger outside. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. 7 points in the game.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
Well, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Indiana's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Right wing. Now, here's Stevenson. Covered by Smith. Stevenson kicks to George. And the rejection by Smith. And we just finished. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it had to be this play, don't you think, Kevin?
Sure.
This is just a phenomenal pass. Made the defense look like they had no idea what was going on.
What precision with that pass.
Beautiful.
New York trailing. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Bargnani is the 4 with Chandler the 5. Lamont Shumpert is out there with Felton. And it's Smith in at the small forward. Now, here's Stevenson. Defense is right there. Outside, George. Spinning off the backside is Bargnani. And he gets it to go. And that's 11 points for Paul George. Knicks trail by 4. Felton the pass to Smith. Smith off a pick from Chandler. Smith dishes to Chandler. A 3 ball. And there's J.R. Smith on the assist by Chandler. 8 points for Smith.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
George double teamed. Stevenson with it. Now Smith defending. Stevenson kicks to Watson. Dishes it to Stevenson. Pocket 4. No good on the 3. New York's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Shumpert with it. Now defended by Stevenson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
The offense just getting right to the rim. At least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for New York. So we can't get either to fall. Indiana leading. 1:31 left here in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Stevenson. Inside to Hibbert. Stolen by Bargnani. Scola against Hilton. To take the lead. And right on target. Good. And the Knicks lead by 1. And look at how the hustle game has been going for New York.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive. Attacking, coming away with steals.
And guys, the thing that jumped out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
The open shot, Anthony sinks it.
This is what happens when you allow Carmelo Anthony to heat up.
There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep, George. And Shumpert pulls it down. For New York, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. It's good!
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. The message, stick with it. He said the game is right there, fellas, right there for the taking. But we've got to play with purpose and precision. 7, can they get it done?
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Felton against Hill. Felton the pass to Carmelo. Here's Bargnani with the three. Trifecta.
Well, that just adds to what's probably an already insurmountable lead. I think they'll be walking out of here with a pretty easy victory.
Steve, I think that's a given.
From deep, George. And Shumpert pulls it down. And they go to the intentional foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6. Now Stevenson. From deep three-point range. Second shot opportunity. And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. The Knicks making a switch here. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Watson, can't get it to fall. So it's New York picking up the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with J.R. Smith. This team really looked good tonight. What was the key out there?
I mean, our penetration was unbelievable tonight. Everybody was penetrating the ball. We weren't settling for jump shots and contested jumpers. And as long as we keep moving the ball, we'll be fine.
J.R., appreciate the time as always. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying, see you next time, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony.